Hello there, welcome to the video. Here's the headline. I am launching a Patreon for this channel. It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time now. I've decided that it's finally time to at least give it a try. We'll see how it goes. If you would like to learn more about that Patreon, just stick around for the rest of the video, or you can go ahead and click on the link in the description box and you'll find out everything you want to know. But first up, I want to talk briefly about advertising on YouTube, because as it turns out, the state of advertising on YouTube played a very large role in my decision to start a Patreon. You may have noticed that a few weeks ago I posted a poll over in the community tab, basically asking how other people feel about their experience of watching ads on YouTube, the frequency of ads on YouTube. And the two most popular choices were in the categories of like, well, you know, it's kind of annoying, but it's not a huge deal. And then the other popular choice was along the lines of, I really hate it, and it's very frustrating for me. And I definitely fall into the latter category myself. As you guys probably already know, I watch a ton of YouTube almost all day, every day. It's just on in the background. I have certain creators that I really follow and enjoy their work a whole bunch. And I've definitely been around for the progression from just lower third ads back in the day that you could just click out of, to back when it was only video ads on like Vivo music videos for a while, and then eventually we started getting video ads on basically every type of video, every type of channel. And as time has gone on, apparently because creators are making less and less money from ad revenue, some have chosen to add even more of those commercials and things into their videos because they need to make money. It's part of how they make a living. And just from a personal perspective, just as a viewer alone, I think it's gotten pretty darn bad. In the case of a handful of creators, I won't name names because I really like their work and I'm not trying to badmouth them at all, but it's gotten to the point where just watching like a 10-15 minute video will have like a pre-roll, maybe 2 or 3 mid-rolls, sometimes with unskippable ads in there, and an end roll, and it doesn't feel worth it. It steers me away from those channels, which I think is probably not what they intended at all. And the way that those ad breaks are placed, they tend to just completely destroy the video's pacing. I think it's very disruptive. Other creators have chosen not to have quite as many ads in their videos. I appreciate that. Even better are the handful of channels I'm aware of that just have 0 ads, period. They just don't have them at all. James Stephanie Sterling's channel, Food for Dogs are the only 2 I can think of off the top of my head. You just don't get them. News in this area too, which I received a while back from being a creator. They sent me an email saying, hey, by the way, despite the fact that you're not in the creator partnership program, which means you can get ad revenue and stuff, we might just put ads on your videos. I haven't seen that happen a whole bunch so far. If anything, they might have some ads in between videos, not during videos. That's a whole other discussion. And all of this stuff and my own experience with dealing with this stuff has really led me to question, okay, well, what would I do when actually faced with the decision? Because we're not quite at the point where the channel can be monetized. It's a minimum 1,000 subscribers, I think, and then there's some minimum watch hour requirement. But we'll get there. We will get there one day, possibly pretty soon. And I've given it some thought, definitely. And personally, I just don't think I really want to be a part of that. I don't really want to be a part of targeted advertising on YouTube. I don't want to be a part of just like peppering videos with so many ads that you forget what you're watching and you just feel too discouraged to even continue. I don't want to make people feel that they need to go for the pretty darn expensive premium option at what, $15 a month in that neighborhood? Like, I'm sorry, at least for myself, that is way too expensive to pay for YouTube. Yes, there are benefits, and supposedly some of that money that each person pays for that membership per month goes toward some of the creators that they watch. YouTube memberships are also a decent option, but at least for me, Patreon really does seem to be a good alternative right now. The idea of a handful of people voluntarily supporting my work financially, as opposed to forcing ads on everyone so I can make next to nothing. That's the other thing. I would make very, very little money from advertising on my videos. In fact, some of my top videos with the top view counts, I don't even have monetization rights anyway. Like, they got copyright claims or something like that, sometimes from multiple sources. Even some of my best work, I couldn't earn any money on, so I just don't want to do that. And I have no idea whether Patreon will be a super long-term solution for this. As I mentioned at the top, it's something that I just really want to try out, and I've spent the past couple weeks trying to work up the details, trying to make it into something cohesive, something that has enough perks and everything, while also just keeping it pretty darn simple. So what we have so far here is a single tier Patreon. It's $2. $2 a month to join. For some reason, Patreon was saying, like, we think you should price your lowest tier at least $3. And I was like, no, that's okay. $3 seems a bit much just for like entry-level stuff. So no, $2. I hope that doesn't sound crazy to anybody. Obviously, if you're not in a financial situation to support at that amount, don't worry about it. Just don't do it. That is a-okay. But to be honest, it would do so much for me just to know that people are willing to support the channel. It would do so much just to know that I'm making some amount of money. Most likely, even if just a couple people, like literally a handful of people join, there's no doubt that I'll be making more from that per month than I would from YouTube advertising in years. It probably would be very little there. So that's what we're doing. Single tier, $2. If it's something that people actually enjoy, if there are other things that they would like from this Patreon membership, we can talk about that. We could develop more over, the coming months and years. But for the moment, it's really just a trial run. And the main perks that you would get with this $2 membership are, well, for one thing, plenty of channel updates, sort of behind the scenes stuff, possibly looks at the editing process, the selection process in terms of video topics, things like that. You also get access to the Discord. I'm in the process of working up the Discord. Obviously, it'll be a private deal, so anyone who wants to join the Patreon, you can come into the Discord if you want, and I just think that would be a nice place to have some discussions about animation, media, whatever. I also think it would be the best way to get in contact with me directly if you have some kind of burning question or concern or recommendation or just something that you would like to chat about. Go right ahead. I think that would be a good way to do it. Honestly, I'm just not in the comments all that much anymore. Some negative experiences there in the past. So now we have the Discord. And then the other major thing that I want to tout here as part of the Patreon membership is watch-alongs. And this would be ideally streams either through Discord or through Patreon, because they have a streaming feature as well, where we can watch stuff together. I think that would be so much fun, and it's not really something that we can do on YouTube or Twitch. I certainly can't show any copyrighted stuff there, any copyrighted music, etc. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it's possible to actually just stream media on Discord or Patreon. I think that would be fun. Otherwise, we'll just find a way for each of us to watch the same thing, sort of synced up at the same time and sort of chat about it. I don't know. That just sounds like a great time. It would also be more casual, and I would try to find a stream time that works for many different time zones. It's something that I'm still working on, but in general, this is the deal. This is what I have planned so far. If other people have more ideas, or as I said earlier, if it really becomes a thing and people are really asking for more, or they feel like we could be doing more with the Patreon, just let me know. We can talk about it and develop that stuff down the line. But for the moment, the main thing is just, if you really want to help out the channel, this would honestly be the first money of any kind that I have earned from doing work on the channel for over 2 years now. I would deeply appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me, and it would be a wonderful motivator to just keep me going. And again, just a really nice form of communication where people who are actually invested in the channel can talk about it and can share their opinions. Because so far, the folks who show up to the streams, the folks who are consistently watching the videos and commenting and joining in the conversations are kind of great. Like, I've really enjoyed having those interactions. And for me, Patreon seems like a great way to continue doing that in a way where I know that the people there actually care about what's going on here on the channel. That's what I've got so far. I know it's getting to the point where so many people talk about Patreon, it might get kind of annoying. I apologize, I guess, if it's annoying to hear yet another creator talk about getting on Patreon, but for the moment, it really is one of the best possible options out there. And I promise that I really won't bring it up too often in the regular videos, maybe like a quick mention or something. But hey, you know what else? I'm not doing sponsorships. I'm not doing any kind of serious ads. If anything, maybe one day I would have like pre-rolls, but I just don't want to contribute to that too much. So this is really the sort of the bare minimum. This is as much as I'm asking, is that if someone's really interested in the channel, wants to help out, go ahead and please consider it. That's all. I won't ram it down your throat. I just want to bring it up. This is the launch. I'm pretty darn excited, actually. Very excited to see how this goes. I'm excited to get the Discord going and just get some conversations going. Who knows? We might even be able to do like community art stuff. I don't know. We have so many people in the audience, recurring people here on the channel who do their own animation, their own illustration art. Many of these people are better than me at all of those things. So that just makes it even more fun for me to check out. I get to feel inspired and interested in their work. I think that would be awesome. So again, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how people feel about the whole thing. But at this moment in time, I do think it's a really positive decision for me and the channel, and to continue work here and making great stuff. Honestly, that is all for today. I wanted to keep it relatively short. Link in the description if you would like to learn more. And that is all. Thanks for stopping by.